Hi everyone. In the previous class, we have seen the concept of JavaScript objects like object, boolean, number, string, arrays, functions. All these things we have seen in the previous classes. Now in today's class, we will work with date object. This date object is used for to work with dates. Like for example, I would like to get the present year, or I would like to get the present month, or I would like to get the present number of hour, or the number of milliseconds, like that. If you want to work with dates, then you can go with the data object. Okay, this data object you can able to create in multiple ways. Among those, we can able to simply use something like, for example, I'm trying to create one variable which you need to store this date. With help of a new keyword, I'm going to create the data object. So I will show it with practical, where d equal to new date. Okay, fine. Now this d contains what? The present system date. If I am trying to print the d, you can observe here Sunday, June 26, and so on. The present system date is going to be printed for you. Okay, fine. So this is one way of creating your date. Or else I can go with the various ways. You can able to pass one parameter, new date of some value. Actually, this value we can call it as milliseconds. Milliseconds. These milliseconds are going to be calculated from Jan 1st, 1970. Meaning that, for example, you can able to observe here. I am going to override the value of d equal to new date of for example, I am trying to pass on my own value 18098765543 and so on. This is what the given parameter is a kind of milliseconds. It is going to count the number of milliseconds from the year 1970 January 1st to this many number of milliseconds. That date is going to be displayed. Observe, from 1970 January 1st to 1970 January 22, this many number of milliseconds has completed. Okay, this is the way you can able to create another way of data object. Or else you can go with the another way by simply passing date string, new date of. I can able to pass my string, date string. That will be, string is always in the form of param in quotations, right? Yes. This is the way you can able to pass. For example, I can able to pass like this: d equal to new date of. For example, I would like to pass December 15, 2022. 2022. I can create my data object. See, observe, December 22 is Thursday, December 15, 2022. If you want, you can pass the number of milliseconds also. That is all up to you. For example, I am trying to define as 11 a.m. You can observe Thursday, December 15, 2022, 11 GMT 5:30. Like this. So string means you can able to pass in any order. There is no problem here. You can able to pass. There is no particular syntax for here. You can able to pass in any order. It will be automatically constituted. Observe. For in any order you are going to give, it is going to produce the same kind of output. This is the way also you can able to create the object, data object. I mean, in the first kind of way, you are going to get the current system time and date. Whereas coming to the remaining uh, these the remaining ways, you are going to create your own dates, create your own date and time, create your own date and time. This is the another way of writing. Or else you can go with another way to define your own time. We can go with new date of. I need to pass 7 parameters sum. Those 7 parameters, out of these 7 parameters, so let me explain what are these 7 parameters. First parameter is year, second parameter is month, third parameter is day, fourth parameter is hours, then minutes, then seconds, and then milliseconds. Milliseconds. This is the syntax. Guys, here in this syntax, in this syntax, if I remove all these parameters, it will be equivalent to the second way of writing the creating your own data object. I mean, okay, fine. So what I will do is I am going to create my own the same way, new date of. So which year I would like to pass? For example, I would like to pass the year as 2022, month as so you have to pass the month from 0 to 11. So for example, my I would like to pass the December 11, and I'm going to pass the date as 40. You can observe what is the output you will get, this one. So you are getting December 14, 2022. So I would like to have December 15, right? Then I can go with December, Thursday, December 15, 2022, and so on. So if you want to pass the remaining time and all those things, you can able to do that. So that parameters you are going to define. Year, month, day, hours. It is going to calculate like that. Hours, minutes, seconds, and milliseconds. You can able to pass only two parameters like this. Two parameters like this. If you are passing one parameter, what it is going to be? It is going to be equivalent to this one. Then that will be considered as milliseconds. See guys, d equal to, if I am passing only one parameter, that will be considered as milliseconds. Milliseconds. So you have to take care of this one. Okay. This is the way you can able to create the date. You can able to create the system date, or you can able to create your own date. Your own date. Okay, fine. So once you create date, for example, I would like to call the date right now. So what I said is Thursday, January 1, 1970. For example, I don't want like that. I would like to get the current date. D equal to new date. Yes, I got my current date in the string format. If you would like to convert into E2C format, then you have a method called toDateString method. See, observe, which is going to which this method is meant for to convert your date into more readable format. More readable format. See, observe, instead of reading all this entire thing, it is going to produce Sunday, June 26, 2020. That's it. If you want to get in more readable format, I can go for this toDateString method. If you want to convert your string date into any kind of E2C string format, then I can go with toUTC string. I think there is somewhere, yeah, toUTC string method. You can observe, you will get like this, 26 June 2022, something like GMT time. So ETC means what, ma? Universal time coordinates, right? Yes. Or if you want, you can able to convert this into a string format, then I can go with toString method. Like this, you can able to work with various kind of method that is supported by this date object. Okay, if you want, you can able to convert into ISO format also, to ISO string. Then I can go with the ISO string. You can observe. You can able to observe the difference between all these things. toDate string contains only these parameters, up to date only. toISO string contains date along with the time also, like this ISO parameters. This way you can able to work with the date object. Okay, fine. Here, for example, sometimes you can able to visualize somewhere like this format. For example, 26/6/2022. Like this you are going to visualize. At that time, what you can do is, this JavaScript data object going to support various kind of methods. Various kind of methods like get date method is there. In order to get the date of the present date object, get day, get full year, get full year. Like this, it is going to support various kind of, we can call it as get triple x methods. Get triple x methods. So get date method is meant for what? It is going to return the present date of the uh, date object, present date of the data object. That can be anything. So this is going to return from 1 to 31. 1 to 31. Day is going to define the present day. That will be written from 0 to 6. Get full year, that is like it is going to return the 4 digits, right? It is going to return the 4 digits. Those 4 digits can be in the form of y. So like this we are going to have various kind of get triple x methods are there. Similarly, if you want to set the date some format, then we will have various kind of set triple x methods are there. Set date, set full year, set hours, set milliseconds, set minutes, set month, set seconds, set time. All these things are various kind of methods are supported by this JavaScript data object. Okay, fine. Let me show with some examples for you. I'm trying to print first the present date that already stored in the D object. Okay, now for example, I would like to get the present date. Then I can go with a method called get date method. Present date is 26th. I would like to have, see, observe, whenever I try D dot, you are going to visualize various kind of methods. Observe, get date, get day, get full year. I want to get day. Present day is 0, meaning that it's going to start with Sunday as 0, Monday as 1, and so on, Saturday as 6. So as today is Sunday, it is going to return 0. Similarly, you can go with the D dot get full year. It is going to return the year 2022. If you want to give number of hours, get hours, number of hours. For example, if you want to get number of milliseconds up to now, get milliseconds, I just for milliseconds, like that. Get minutes, T dot get minutes. All those things there in available in order. 39 minutes are there. D dot get month. What is the present month? Fifth month. So why it is written fifth? It is always going to start from 0. 0 means January and so on. Actually, it is sixth month. Okay. So while working with this kind of specific methods like get month, get day methods, you have to thoroughly take care of this, because if you are going to display 5 instead of 6 to the user may get confused. So at the time you need to add +1. Get month. If you want to get seconds, get seconds, 53 seconds, like this you can able to get. If you want to get the complete data in the form of milliseconds, then I can go with the get time method. Observe, all you will get in the form of milliseconds. So these are the various kind of methods that are supported by this JavaScript data object. Okay, fine. For example, guys, I would like to have my output is like this: 26 6 6 2022. Then what I can do? Generally, I can go for creating a data object where d equal to new date of present date. Present date I have created. Now, if you want to have 26, how we are going to get this 26? This 26 you are going to get using a, so 26 is a kind of a date, right? So then what I can do, I can simply create one variable, dd variable equal to d dot get date method. I am going to get date 26. Okay. Now I would like to have months. I would like to have months. Then I am going to write like months. D dot get month is there, right? Month. So this month method is going to provide what value actually? It is going to provide from 0 to 6. 0 to 6. So when it is going to provide 0 to 6, you need to, sorry, 0 to 11. 0 to 11. You need to have the output as 5 actually. 5 actually. Okay, fine. Then what I will do, I need to get the year. Then what I will do, d dot get full year is there, right? Get full year. It is going to provide 2022. Now, if you want to display the same manner, then what I can do, I can create one more thing, date equal to, I can assign something like this, d plus, I am going to define hyphen. Sorry, it is not d, it is dd plus, we'll go with the plus hyphen plus y. I'm going to print console dot log of date. Console dot log of date. Yes, guys, I'm going to make this as comment. Try to observe. If I refresh here, I need to execute this code. I'm going to refresh. I'm going to press F12. You can observe d dot get full year is not a function. So this should be capital letter. Observe. 26/5/2022. Actually, this is 26/6/2022. So what I need to do? I need to make add this 2 plus 1 every time. Plus 1 every time. 26/6/2022. Okay, like this you can able to work with your own format syntax. Okay, for example, I would like to create my own date. I would like to modify the current date. Then I can have methods like, for example, I am trying to display the present date. I would like to modify my year, my full year to some year. Then what I can do, I can able to use set full year, right? I can have a method called set full year of. For example, I would like to modify 2022 to 2024. I can able to modify. Observe, it is going to return something. If I try to print D, you can observe Wednesday, June 26, 2024, 12:40 and so on. It will move to this thing. If you want, it is going to accept three parameters. One is full year, another one is month. For example, I would like to set it to January. I would like to set the date as 15. 15. Then I can go with like this. Then if I print the D, it's going to provide Sunday, Jan 14, 2024, like that you are going to provide. So like this, it is going to provide various kind of methods. I can set the date, set full year, set hours, milliseconds, set minutes, month, seconds, time. All these are it is going to be supported. Okay, now fine. For example, guys, I have a question for you. I would like to print the user entered day. For example, I am asking for the user to enter which day you are lucky. Please enter it from 1 to 7. For example, let me observe. I would like to ask my user to enter your lucky day from 1 to 7. 1 to 7. Then you have to display the corresponding day in the form of strings, whether it is Sunday, Monday, etc. Then what you can do, guys? First, we need to accept info from the user. For example, where d equal to, I am going to accept prompt of enter your lucky day. Your lucky day. Okay. Now I got my d. Now, based upon this d value, I need to display whether it is Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. Guys, actually, this array, like for example, if the user is entering the value as 1, it means it is Sunday, right? It means it is Sunday. Or what we can do is we can store it in an array. We can store it in an array. For example, where a equal to, I'm going to define Sunday, I'm going to define it as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday. I have created an array. Okay, fine. Now, based upon this, what I can do, I can simply access console.log of your lucky day is. Lucky day is, I can able to define like this, plus a of d. Observe, if I refresh, it is going to ask. If I'm asking for 4, it will print your lucky day is Thursday. Like this, you are going to print. Okay, here my concentration here actually is, if we are trying to take some in from the user in the form of a date string. For example, I am trying to declare where d equal to new date. If you would like to print your present day is, or your system present day is, if I am trying to print a of d, what will happen here? Today is your system present day is undefined, it is saying. Okay, fine. You need to use a method called, so you want to get day, right? D dot get day. You can observe the output. Today you are going to get as Saturday. Your system present day is Sunday. The present day is just Sunday, because here get day method is going to return the value as 0. In the 0th index position you have Sunday. So this is the way Also you can able to convert your the present day into string format. Okay, fine. Yeah. Here, for example, you have taken some input from the user. You have taken some input from the user. Like for example, I would like to have uh, where, for example, this is present date. This is present date. I would like to take some old date. Old date. Then I want to have new date of. New date of. For this old date, I would like to set some day. For example, I am going to set with help of set full year. Set full year of. I would like to enter 2021. 2021. Month is 11. 11 means December. I would like to define the month as 15. Month as 15. Now, guys, I would like to define which one is old and which one is new. If you want to calculate like that, if you want to calculate that, I mean, for example, I would like to take this as DOBIMA, date of birth, date of birth. Whether the system date is older than your date of birth or elder than your date of birth. That is what I would like to find out. Then what I can do generally, you need to compare uh, year first, then month, then day, like that you need to calculate. But no need to go for that procedure. In JavaScript, in JavaScript, you can uh, you can directly compare two data objects. You can directly compare two data objects. That is the advantage of JavaScript. I mean, this is one of the advantage of JavaScript. What you can do, if my old day is greater than present day, I can simply define as console dot log of you are not born, enter valid. Am I right or not? Yes. Otherwise, console dot log of entered date is valid date. Entered date is valid date. Like this, you can able to compare. I mean, you can able to you can able directly compare date to date. Uncaught reference world is not defined. So where is world? Okay, fine. I need to define it as date of birth. Enter date is valid date. Why it is showing enter date is valid date? Because it is 2021. So some person may be born before 2022. For example, if I made it as 2024, now it has to show as you are not born. Enter date is valid date. Okay, fine. So this is the way you can compare the objects also directly. Okay, fine. Guys, if you know this entire concept clearly, you can able to understood. I have one requirement for me. What is that means? I would like to print digital clock in my web page. In my web page. This is my requirement. So this thing we can able to do with help of this JavaScript data objects only. What we need to do, whatever the time that our system is printing, showing, that time you need to retrieve and you need to display uh, consecutively. For example, right now it is 12:56 p.m. 12:56 p.m. Along with the seconds we need to display. For example, let me take 12 seconds. For the next second 13, next second 14, next second 15, next second 16. Like this, you need to display. So this is my requirement. For this, we can implement this with the help of this data object only. So guys, first try to observe. I would like to display like this. I would like to display this kind of digital clock. Then what we can do, guys? Can we able to get this date 12 hours, right? This is hours. Can we able to get minutes? Yes, we can get. Can we able to get the number of seconds? Yes, we can able to get. Yes, first up to uh, this one we will complete. So what we are going to do, ma? For example, I would like to create one data object d equal to new date. I have created the present system date and time. In the date and time, what we need to get the hours. D dot get hours method is there. Let me take var h. Let me take hours, where h equal to hours. Next I need to get the minutes, right? Equal to d dot get minutes method is there, which is meant for to get the minutes. And then I would like to get the seconds, where number of seconds equal to d dot get seconds. Get seconds. Yeah, fine. You can able to write console.log of hh hyphen hyphen ss. You can observe, guys, what is output will you get? You are going to get minus 16. What is that minus 16? Okay, number of seconds. Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute. I made mistake. I need to concatenate, right? Now we can observe present time is 12:58 minute 12 hours 58 minutes, some 46 seconds is there. It needs to be, actually you need to get in the form of some look and more feel like that. You need to get like this. Then what you can do, you can go for like this, colon colon, like this you can. Yes, this needs to be iterated for every time. And then also you need to define adjacent to this, you need to define whether it is am or pm, right? So what I will do, I will define some variable as session, okay, fine. uh, Let me go with this. So I will take one variable where session equal to by default I am considering it as am. By default I am considering it as am. That am I am going to add it here, plus I am going to make some space here, then I am going to add session session 12:29 12:59 51 seconds am. But it is am or pm? It is pm right now. It is pm. Then what I need to do, I need to make hours, right? See guys, if you observe, if I am trying to print console.log of hh, what it is printing, observe, it is going to print in the form of railway time 13, meaning that it is going to print in the form of railway time 0 to 23 hours, 0 to 23 hours. So you need to define how whether it is am or pm. So if the number of hours is greater than 12, I can conclude that it is in afternoon pm. Then what I can do, I can say that if my hh is greater than 12, then I am going to change my session as my session variable as pm, my session variable as pm. Okay, and also I need to display in not in rel format. I would like to display in form of normal format. Then what I can do, I can simply replace this hh value hs minus 12, hs minus 12. Now we can observe, guys. Now we can, what will happen here, you can observe it is now 1114. What is 1114? So now it is getting now we need to get 12, right? 12. So I mean if, see, what we can do is, if my number of hours is 0, like for example if number of hours is 0, if it is getting number of hours is 0, then I can make my hh as also 12. So as it is getting 12, then it is, because of that reason it is modified. I can make some modifications here, don't worry. Session is as am, and I am getting session right correctly, yes. So I need to get in the form of zeros. I need to add 0 0 here. If it is 2 digit, there is no problem. If it is 1 digit, I need to add some appending string. What I can do is, if my value of hours, my value of hours is, try to understood, if my value of hours is less than 10, less than 10, what I will do is, generally I am going to add some 0 for that. I need to add some 0 for that. Then what I can do, I can add a string for this I need to display my hours only. Otherwise, I am going to simply display my hours. Observe, I am trying to modify it actually. Observe. 0 is added. 0 is added. Now, for similarly for minutes also, if my minutes are less than 10, I am going to do the same process. I am going to concatenate mm. Similarly for seconds also, ss equal to ss less than 10. ss ss. Now observe what will happen here. Now it is 13:41 p.m. 13:41 p.m. No, right? Yes. Fine. Okay, up to now it is complete, I think so. Yeah. So next, what will happen, guys? If now it is 13:41 seconds p.m. Now for after some time, what will happen? It is converted to 14. Observe here. It is 14 now, but it is 13 only. Meaning that this code is not executing continuously. This code we need to execute the continuously. If you want to execute this code continuously, what I can do? I can simply define one function. One function. For example, that function name is system time. System time. And this function I am going to call repeatedly for multiple times. If I call a system time, observe. If I call the system time for multiple times, for example, if I call for one time, that will be displayed. If I call for multiple times, number of seconds will vary. Observe. Oh, for all time it is. See, observe. It is going to differ. System. It is going to. We are going to call for multiple. I don't want like this. I want to call for one time. That you know clearly. I need to call one time, and this function need to repeat it for multiple times. Need to repeat for multiple times. Yes. Then what we can do? See, first I would like to modify something. Instead of printing this date in the console, I would like to print in the HTML web page. Then what I can do? I will take somewhere. I would like to take some division tag here, division tag, and then I am going to take ID as some class, and whenever my browser is loaded, to identify that I am going to use an attribute called onload attribute. Onload equal to, I would like to call a function called system function. Function called system function. I am going to close that division. Okay, fine. Now that time, whatever the time that is generated, that should be displayed in this location. Then what I can do? I can simply access this particular location. How we are going to access this particular location, ma? By simply using, I am going through the document dot. I am going to use get element by id method. Get element by id method. Get element by id of. What ID I need to access? Clock ID. In that location, I need to change the text. Whatever text that is there, that text I need to modify. That modification I need to with a value, this value, this value. So instead of displaying on the console, I am going to assign it to a variable called some variable like time. Like time. That time I am going to make it appended. Try to observe now what will happen. Now node of console. This time is displayed 16:50 p.m. Now this time need to be iterated. This time need to be iterated. So what we can do is, guys, in JavaScript we have two kind of methods. We have two kind of methods when the corresponding function need to be executed. So I have a method called Settimeout method. And I have a method called setInterval method. These two methods are meant for the purpose of executing a block of code for a particular time. Then I can go with setTimeout method. This setTimeout method and setInterval method both are going to accept n number of parameters. First parameter is a kind of expression. Second parameter is the number of milliseconds. After the number of milliseconds. Whereas coming to here also, and then you can pass any number of parameters, parameter 1, parameter 2, and so on. And so on. The same concept will be applicable here only. Here also. But there is a slight difference between these two. Set timeout method is going to execute for only one time. It is going to execute only once. Whereas coming to set interval method is going to execute continuously. It is going to execute continuously. Let me show with this example itself. Okay, fine. Now what I will do is, guys, now actually what will happen, this function is executing for only one time. If I am going to make this function executing for multiple times, then automatically our time is going to be changed. If this function is calling for every 1 second, that will be fine, right, for us? Yes. Now what I will do is, I can able to use a method called set timeout method. And this set timeout method is going to accept, it is a kind of hierarchical function. It is going to accept a function, and this function is going to call, let me take our system time function. I am going to call our system timeout function, and this function need to be called for how many times? For every 1 second. So 1000 means 1000 number of milliseconds. What is the meaning of it? This set timeout function is going to execute this function for one time. This function for 1 second. As I have written this in this block, block is going to be executed, and again it will come here. And it is going to repeat this process. Observe here. 1946 seconds. Is it repeating? No. It needs to be repeated, right? It is not working. Set timeout. The function is mistake, I think. Yes, you can observe here 110, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. So this way I can able to implement. So for example, I would like to increase its size. So what I can do, I can able to use some style tag equal to extra CSS. I need to access that division tag. For example, I would like to set some background color for that as yellow. Okay. I would like to increase its size, right? Actually, I would like to define the font size as some 50 pixel. 50 pixel is enough. Yes, that will be good. I would like to arrange this to the right side of the web page. Yeah, what I can do, I can use able to simply use position equal to absolute, and from the right side I need to arrange it from 100 pixel. Yes, 110. So it look like a kind of a digital clock. Okay, fine. So this is the way you can able to implement digital clock. Yes, guys. So I can able to reduce this code once again. Actually, what will happen, guys? This set timeout method is going to return a timer. Is going to return a timer through this timer. So it is maybe something like I'm taking it as timer. Through this timer, I can able to clear this interval. So we have a clear timer method is there. Clear timeout. Through that method, so through this variable, you can call that. So this function stop its execution. But right now I don't want it to stop execution. So that's why I am not declaring this variable. Okay, fine. The same thing you can write with the help of arrow functions, right? You know. With the help of arrow functions, you can write what we can do. You can write, it will be in the same order only. You are going to get the same output. It will execute same. Or instead of defining like this, you can go with the simple way. Set timeout of. How we are going to call the functions, guys? So you can pass the function as a parameter to another function that you know already. I can write like this. Set timeout of system time, 1000. Now also it will work. 31, 32, and so on. So I said already, for a function, you can pass one more function as a parameter. That concept we have. Meaning that passing function as a parameter concept will be applicable here. Yes. So this is the way you can able to design simple digital clock. Yeah, and then I have introduced one more method called set interval method. So this set method is going to call for only once, right? So what happened here? Observe, I am trying to minimize this code. Initially system time function is going to be executed, then this block of code will be executed. After some 1 second, again this function is calling the system time, that's it. For example, if I write this outside of this block, what will happen? Only one time call 12:29. If I refresh, 33, 34, that's it. Only one time it will be called. That is the reason I am saying that set timeout function is going to execute for only one time. If you want to execute this function for multiple times, then I can go with set interval method, or I can go with this procedure also. What I did return in the inside the function, so that this function is called. So it's a kind of example for recursion. The system time function is executing for every 1 second. This is what we call as example for recursion. Or else, if you want to execute it for multiple times without using set timeout method, then have a method called set interval method. So it's also going to do the same procedure as like a set timeout. The difference is only the same. I am going to write like system timeout comma 1000. Now observe the difference: 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, like that. So meaning that that is the only difference between set timeout and set interval. Set interval is going to execute for continuously, whereas set timeout is going to execute for only one time. Okay, I hope you understood this class clearly. So this is a simple way of using data object in your real time. I hope you understood. Thank you.